Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome on today's flight. Today we're going to be Indigo 1158 service from here in Kathmandu on down to Mumbai, India. Flight time's just going to be a little bit over 2 hours, and I hope you enjoy your flight. We're now in the cockpit here of the Toliss A321, and we're going to just go ahead and get set up here and go ahead and start getting our seatbelt signs on, and we'll get the nav and logo lights on. Oh, external power is already on, didn't mean to turn that off. Pack flow can go to normal, and that's all looking good and set up for now. We'll go to init, we'll request our flight plan from SimBrief. Go ahead and align the IRSs as well. There we go, and it's pulling everything in. There we go, everything's put in there. We can go ahead and go to init, and go second page, that's all filled out for us already. Now we'll go flight plan. I'm going to pull up my OFP here. So we are going to be going out of VNKT. Departure is going to be off at 20 today. We're going to be on the dark 1G. And we are going to the dark transition. So we'll hit insert. VABB arrival. We're going to be on runway 27 today. The ILS 27 Yankee. We're going to be on the MRAC 2 Alpha. And our ILS transition is MRAC. And then Opaka is the arrival transition. We'll insert that. That's all set. We can go to perf, takeoff data uplink, request takeoff data. And we'll go to takeoff data received. We're going to do a max takeoff here out of Kathmandu just because it's short runway and high elevation. We'll insert the uplink. There we go. That's set up. And we'll go over here to Avitab and get the weather here. Weather in Kathmandu, no weather information available. Alright, let me pull it here from a different source. Winds are 150 few clouds, 15,000 scattered. And then QNH is 1012. Set that in all three, 1012, 1012, 1012. Perfect, that's all set up. We'll get airport on, and other than that, we're all set up and ready to go. I'll get back to you guys once our IRSs are aligned and the passengers are boarded for pushback. Okay, so we've now finished our loading and the IRSs are aligned. And we can come up here, we'll get our APU started on up. Wait for the door to open and then hit the starter. That's going, we'll just go here, make sure that's all good, yep. And I'm gonna go here to better pushback and call for our tug. We're just gonna push straight back since we do have another Indigo aircraft off to our left. We are on the VATSIM network today. APU N1's coming up. Wait for it to stabilize. In the meantime, we'll come down here, we'll get our squawk code set to 2200, we'll switch to TARA, and we'll switch altitude reporting on. Go ahead and get the ground spoilers armed. And since they are connecting the tug, we'll get our beacon light on. That disconnected the GPU, so we'll be dark here for a minute, and then there we go. Perfect. We are hooked back up on APU power.
Alright, looks like the doors and hatches are closed and we're ready to connect.
And we will set our cruise altitude here to 34,000. That's all set up. Wait for him to hook up the tug, and then we will be ready for engine start. There goes the trucks moving themselves away. Got a friendly little company aircraft there off to our left side. And we can go ahead and come down here and switch to...
Welcome aboard, Captain. Tow's connected, bypass pins inserted. Go and kill the parking brake when you're ready to go.
Go ahead and kill our parking brake. I'm going to switch frequency to 122.8.
Light 'em up.
There we go, and we're cleared for engine start. We'll go ahead and get the right engine going. Now we have to wait for it to cool. Once that cools, we can go ahead and start the engine. Is it not going down? Doesn't look like it's going down. Try flipping that off and then back on. Huh. For some reason it's not going up. I'm gonna see if I can fix this issue and then I'll get back with you guys.
We're disconnecting the tow.
Alright, I figured out what our issue was. Our APU bleed wasn't on because I forgot it. That's my mistake. So now we're just gonna have N2 motoring at 10.3 until that cooling process is done over there. Got the nice Pratt & Whitney 1000 Gs on the A321. While that's motoring, I might as well go ahead and get wing view for you guys. I forgot to set one before this flight. Come all the way back here. Nice little, yeah, maybe a little bit further back. Right here looks good. Go ahead and get control 4. Oh, you can hear the PTU barking.
And we're disconnected. Signal and pin on the right. Take it easy and have a safe flight.
Perfect. We got our wing views. We'll go ahead and close the cockpit door so we don't have anyone charging up and running at us. That would not be good. Right engine's coming up there. Wait until it's fully stabilized around 19, and then we'll go ahead and get the left engine. There we go. So it is now stabilized. We can get the left engine. It's also going to have to go through the cooling process over there. Cooling's begun. In the meantime, we can flip the packs back on since they're automatic. Go ahead and get our taxi light on. And let's see. We're almost cooled. There we go. Engine cooling's complete, and it's going to go ahead and start up. There's 20% N2. We'll start to see some N1 rise here around 25. Taking itself a good jolly time. There we go. Now we're getting some N1 rise. N1's coming up. Go ahead and get our auto brake set to max. And we can go ahead and engine's almost stabilized. Once it's stabilized, we'll go ahead and release the parking brake and get taxiing out here for you guys. There we go. Engine's stabilized, APU bleed can come off. We'll flick the APU off, and we are now going to get rolling here out of Kathmandu. Alright guys, we're now rolling out onto the runway here at Kathmandu. We'll go ahead and get the landing lights on, get our strobe lights on, and we are going to back taxi here all the way down to the end, and then we will call up traffic. Gonna go down here, we'll do our takeoff config. Takeoff config is normal, and we'll do our cabin call. Gonna come all the way down here and get all of this runway. There's a little turnaround spot here down at the end. Alrighty, go ahead and turn around here. And we'll go ahead and call up and say we're departing. Kathmandu traffic, I fly 1185 or 58, departing runway 20, Kathmandu. There we go, we're looped around.
Kathmandu traffic behind. The departing traffic was I fly 555 will be lining up for wind 20.
Gonna go ahead and excel to 40%. And Toga. Here we go, airspeed's alive. 60 knots. It's a big dip in the runway up here. Kathmandu is not flat at all. Big old mountain town. V1 and rotate. Positive rate. Bring the gear up. And we'll go ahead and zoom that in because we have a complex departure to fly today. Go ahead and bring the throttles back to climb. There we go. Throttles are in climb. And we can go ahead and start the right turn out here. Gonna hand fly this entire procedure here out of Kathmandu. It's a fun departure to fly. Gives you a challenge.
Kathmandu traffic, yeah, I fly 555 departing runway 20.
He's gonna be right on our butts. Alrighty guys, we're coming through 10,000 here. We can go ahead and flick our landing lights off. Get the runway turn-offs off as well. And transition altitude is 10,000 here in Kathmandu, so we can go ahead and set standard altimeter on all of our bugs here. And there we go, we're all set up. I'll see you on later in the flight. Alright guys, we're coming up on top of descent here. I'm going to go ahead and set our bottom altitude here down to 2,800. And that's set. And we're almost crossing over top descent. We got just about a mile or so here. Zooming all the way in. Now we get more like 2.5, but it's coming up here quick. Meantime, I'm going to go ahead and go perf. Go down to that and get ready to start putting in our destination data. Alright, there we are over the top descent. We can go ahead and click it in, and managed descent is now on. Plane's gonna start bringing us down. Alrighty, current weather in Mumbai is 1 1006. Or current QNH is 1006. Temperature is 29. It's pretty hot here today in India. And our winds are 24010. And I'll put that in there. And our radio minimums are 200. Alright, we're now on our descent, and all of our performance is set up. I'll see you guys in a little. Alrighty guys, we're on the initial approach for the ILS runway 27 here at Mumbai. We're turning inbound here. I'm gonna go ahead and drop flaps down to 1. And it's giving me that standard alert, but on this thing, transition altitude, or at Mumbai here, transition altitude's 4,000, not 5,000. So we'll set that here in a second. QNH is 1006 here at Mumbai. We're gonna go ahead and manually drop speed down to 180. I'm gonna go ahead and get speed brake armed. We'll set auto brakes to low. And we're now turning inbound. Go ahead and get landing system on and approach mode armed. Localizers captured. And that glide slope's quartering like right there. Here, I'll switch it to manual vertical speed, pop it up to 700 feet a minute, get that glide slope to capture. We can go ahead and we'll drop landing gear on about a 10-mile final here into Mumbai. And come on, glide slope, just capture. There we go. Alright, we'll go ahead and drop flaps 2. Flaps 2 set. There we go. Mumbai is in sight. It is a bit foggy out. We can go ahead and get the landing lights on. And we'll come here and set our QNH to 1006. There we go, that's set. Our let me check down here. So our VLS is 146, VABB's 151. I like to bring about 2 knots off of the approach speed. It's just kind of a feel thing, so I'm going to bring that down to 149 for the approach speed. I'll go ahead and drop flaps 3, and we'll bring the speed down to 160. Beautiful approach here into Mumbai. I really like you come in close over the buildings, and then you got this big river that you cross with kind of the mountains off in the surrounding area. It's a really awesome approach. Also, today we are flying the commemorative 1000th Neo, so this is the 1000th aircraft produced in the Airbus A320 family Neo line, which is pretty cool. So we are coming in here about 2,000 feet up, and we're on a 5-mile final. We'll go ahead and reduce to final approach speed and drop those flaps down to full. Got a heavy headwind here at 19 knots. Go ahead and disconnect our autopilot. We're coming in good here, just following that glide slope. Dropping a little bit low, we'll bring up the nose, come over here. I gotta set my QNH 1006, there we go, we're good. Keeping that nose up, there we go, we're good. The rain's gonna start to come in here on final approach. Got a little bit of clouds over us right now. Ooh, it is coming down. A little bit right the runway. Continuing in. And we'll set altitude to 3,000 for our missed approach. Just keeping it on that glide slope. A little bit low. It's not bad in the Airbus though, because this thing is a bit floaty. Not horribly floaty, but just a bit. Does like to come down better than the A320 though. The A320 is much floatier than the 321. It weighs a lot less.
200. Minimum. $50
50 over the threshold.
40, 30, 20, retard, 10, 5.
Perfect. Reversers. And we can switch to manual braking. $60 knots, reversers off. And here we are, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Mumbai. Master switch on for the APU. Go ahead and retract the speed brakes and flaps. Get our taxi lights on. Landing lights can come off. We'll get the strobe light off. Go ahead and get the wiper flipping on. And we can go ahead and start up that APU. We're going to be going over to the main terminal today. There's a little outsourced terminal for some of, I believe Air India owns that terminal here at Mumbai. And the big main terminal is where a lot of the lower cost carriers park, so Vistara and Indigo. I know Fly Dubai comes over here as well. And APU's coming up. Go ahead and get the APU bleed on. And we'll do our cabin call. Alright, we're pulling in on the terminal area here. We're going into, I believe it was Victor 27 today. It was either Victor or Foxtrot, one of the two. So it's gonna be just on the other side of that concourse here. Come past, these are all of the, all that's international gates, heavy gates for, you know, 747s, A380s, 777s. Big boys, we're not in those today though, we're just, you know, little A321, low-cost Indian carrier. Take a left here. And we will, this aircraft does have a SAM config, so we will be using SAM ground handling to unload our aircraft. Alrighty. So there's Victor 25 and Victor 27's right there. That's where we're going into. Here's Victor 27. And we're going into the main gate, not right or left. Get a little bit of power. And we do have a visual guidance docking system today. This is one of the cool things that you get with SAM, is these little things that tell you how far to pull forward. Stop. And we'll go ahead and hit the parking brake on and get the engines shut down. Go ahead and get our taxi light off and our beacon light off. Come up here and we will call in the jetway, and we'll go ahead and get the plane unloaded. There we go. All of our flight information's popped up there. That's pretty cool. Alright, well, anyways, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in and watching today. I hope you enjoyed. If you want to see more of this content, comment down below what you'd like to see. Also, give us a like and a subscribe. Till next time, see you guys around.